Do you want to make your photos look more professional and stand out in Lightroom? I'm about to share my 5 Lightroom tricks that help transform my photos that I use every day to help speed up my editing process. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first button that I think is really helpful when you're first starting out is the auto button. No, not my name, it's AUTO. When using the auto button, that kind of helps you get a good vibe of what your settings should look like according to Lightroom. This may always not be perfect, but I think it's a great starting point when you're first starting out to see, oh, these are the perfect shadows, this might be the right white balance, and then you could also slide them depending on the look that you want. I think the auto setting really helps you get a good first down marker and really helps you see, okay, this is what the photos should look like. Now I can change it to my own look that I think looks best for me. And remember, if you have to fine tune, that's fine. I think the auto setting is just a really good baseline for you to have. It won't be perfect for every single photo that you have, but it's a pretty good start instead of using presets just to get a good vibe of what settings would look like on one of your photos. Okay, next is creating your own presets. So obviously, I sell my presets, and if you want, you could check out my preset pack down below, the new school preset pack. It'll be at the top of the description. What presets do is they allow you to get the same look on pretty much all of your photos using the same settings. You can save these presets by going up to the 3 lines button or the plus button at the top and just pressing save preset, and then you can create a folder of looks that you like best. So if you have edits on a photo that you're like, okay, this is perfect, I want these on all my photos for the day, save that as a preset. You can name it as whatever you want, and then you can just pretty much go up to the preset tab, click on every single photo, and then apply that preset. So that'll speed up your editing process and get a really good look at how you want all your photos to look. If you really like an editing style, make sure it's on all of them to remain consistent, and presets really show professionalism in the field. Okay, now, so for background adjustments, when you have a really bright photo, the third tip that I have is to use masks. So first off, what I think everybody should be doing in camera is shooting in RAW. This gives you the best editing capabilities in the end to be able to adjust the exposure and really get the most colors out of your image. So besides shooting from your camera though, since this is about Lightroom, what I would do is add masks to your photo. You can head down to the little circle with the gradients on it, click that, and then you can add any sort of mask you want. What I like to do is add a background mask and decrease it just a little bit to add more exposure to the main subject of my sports images, then also make the sky a little bluer or darker, whatever you may like. I think that looks super cool. Masks are also super useful for just accentuating certain colors. So if their jersey is blue, you could bring out those blues specifically in the mask so it won't affect skin colors or anything like that in the overall image. They allow you to just focus on one little part, tweak it to make your image perfect. A good trick that I like to use for the background, just to put you guys on, I like to lower the exposure, I like to increase the contrast, and then sometimes I like to just make it a little bit darker, just to really give it that moody vibe, that contrast from the overall subject. Last but not least, one thing that I really enjoy using is the clarity slider. This is something that's not too known about and pretty subtle, but makes a pretty big difference in your photo. So clarity is pretty much just kind of tricks how sharp your photo is. So the more clarity you have, the sharper it'll look. The less clarity, the more highlights and stuff that'll be blown out. You could also do this with texture. If you guys want that look that kind of looks more glowy, you can lower your texture, and then that'll make all the highlights and skin and all that kind of pop out a little bit and look more glowy if you guys are into that sort of look. That's kind of in my Film Looks preset pack. For only $10, I have that look that I really enjoy, and that's just there to give you that film emulation style. And that's it, super quick video. Those are 5 tips that I find super helpful when editing on Lightroom or Lightroom Mobile. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Leave a comment which tip was your favorite and what have you been doing on Lightroom that's helped you improve your photos. And remember, if you want to get my own preset pack, it should be at the top of the description link. So you just click that, and it's only $15 right now for anybody interested. Thanks for watching, keep creating, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.